So today I want to do an update talking about a swatting survivor, Peter Simeti, and the continual harassment he's been receiving. I want to talk about what's being done and how dumb the people are that are trying to slander his name and how messed up this is, considering his police department called these people, told them to back off, and yet they never, ever stop. Now it's entertaining to a point too, because their big gotcha, it falls flat on its face. But make no mistake, this is harassment. This is harassment that has continued for years now. And I've dealt with this stuff. It's not a one and done story. So I challenge people, go out, talk about this stuff, and don't let these people slink away after what they're doing to multiple people out there trying to ruin their lives. So hey there, now before we get started, this is our new comic book, Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella. This is how we are beholden to no one when it comes to sponsorship. This is how we can go out, cover whatever we want, we take on the mainstream, and we put out a good product. If you want to check that out, there is a link in the description. That is a way to help out the channel directly, so check that out, and thank you. I definitely appreciate it. So to set the stage for everything going on, I want you to first look at this quote tweet. I mean, it really tells you the standard that a lot of these people, they operate under. Why did you ask the police to call me and say Peter Simeti doesn't want you to interact with him anymore? Interesting. So you were told by the police to BTFO, and yet you're continuing to go online and to harass somebody. Sounds like the grounds for a lawsuit, doesn't it? So the best way I can think of covering this is talking about what's transpiring in the now, what led up to it in 2020, then looping back to 2018, showing you the intensive, and I mean intensive harassment campaign where people tried to drive this man to suicide, and then in 2019, where they swatted him. So this stuff, it starts up May 7th. Again, it starts up heavily with this guy, aka Captain Cummings, by the way, because yeah, what a great guy, aren't you? Saying, yeah, Peter Simeti is against SJW comics that he faked a swatting attempt for attention. Now, Peter Simeti answered that, being like, you're kidding me, right? You can't possibly be that ridiculous. I faked a swatting. I faked getting 2 guns pointed to my chest. I faked not being able to live or sleep properly for 2 months. The panic attacks. What the has happened to you, Cummings? So let me remind you, too, that this stuff, it happened while on live stream. You could hear part of it. You couldn't see it, but you could hear a part of it. So yeah, saying that this stuff doesn't happen, this is an absurd quest, and it's definitely not a quest for truth. Still, you have an ultimatum and an overt threat thrown in here. You have till morning just to post a police report of the crime. Show a broken door. They didn't kick his door in, by the way. 2 police showed up, but hey, doesn't matter there. Even make the video public, or I'm calling the police department myself. I will provide them with the videos of you tarnishing their reputation. Now, what's interesting is this guy is no investigative journalist. As you'll see in just a moment, he doesn't understand what to do in it, but still the implied threat in this, it's just, So Peter Simeti said, yeah, please, go for it. Call my police department about it. Let them know about the swatting. February 12th, 2019, approximately 10 p.m., Peter Simeti. Also, and here's a very good question in this, how do you know my town? How do you know my address? How do you know my local police department? That's kind of creepy, isn't it? People going out trying to find out everything about you so they can continue a harassment campaign. Now, out of any of these tweets, I think this is one of the best because it showcases how this person, number one, they're on a quest to expose Peter Simeti, aka they're going to go out and try to ruin this guy's reputation. Not expose the truth, but expose Peter Simeti. Now, why do you do that? Is it a quest for validation? Is it a quest out there to show up people because you got your feelings hurt once upon a time? You tell me. But he says, hey, Peter Simeti keeps tagging him in. 8:15 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm calling the police and finding out the truth very soon. Most detectives, by the way, don't arrive till 8 o'clock. I've noticed that with everything that I've had to deal with. The fact that you won't post a report kind of tells me that you don't want people to know the truth about what actually happened. Come clean with me without me exposing it is better. So he tells him, hey, go for it. You should live stream it too. So then we have a gap gap in time. And while waiting for this, apparently these folks, they didn't even do their most basic due diligence. You can see the post here, promising an update on Peter Samedi. And this update, yeah, what a genius here. I mean, what a genius. So looking into this, it says, this department is in receipt of your email with attached letter dated May 8, 2020. Your request under the right to know, request information regarding an incident occurring on February 12, 2019 involving Peter Samedi. This letter is to confirm that Peter Samedi did not have contact with this department. There's no report on the incident you referred to happening in that town. Please feel free to contact me with any further requests on that. Well, the problem is that they tracked down his P.O. box. His P.O. box didn't get swatted. How dumb is that? Now, when you see P.O. in front of something, you should think post office or post office box. Those are traditionally used by individuals that receive mail in areas where mail may not be delivered directly to their homes. Where does it deliver? Normally the post office. And most people, they don't live stream from the post office, nor do they live there. Makes sense, right? Now, after that, this guy, he puts up this statement. This statement says that this is meant to slander and vilify because he realized that this is the PD in the city for Alterna Comics P.O. Box. So you knew it was a P.O. box, not his house, and you put it up as a gotcha? Yeah, that's you trying to destroy someone's reputation, cost them business. You know that someone could sue you into the dirt for it, and I hope to God they do. We are still working with this actual city PD and waiting for the correct information. So again, the word correct information there. So you didn't have the correct information. You posted this stuff as a big gotcha to try to mess up this guy's business and try to mess with his life because you, sir, are a harasser. That's when we get this admission about the police actually contacting this guy, and he plays the victim in here. Why are you having your followers dogpile me? Here he says, Cumming admits that my local PD called him to tell him to stop his nonsense, and yet he could care less to listening to their warning. Apparently the police getting involved in contacting him isn't enough motivation to squash some kind of imagined internet beef. I mean, really, imagine the insanity to that. The police tell you to stop. Maybe you should stop. But no, got to play the victim in here. You know, a court will not think you're the victim in this. The court isn't the court of internet fee-fees. The court, yeah, it'll have a lot of fun with this, and you might end up owing somebody money. So all of this stuff with Alterna was messed up to begin with, to the point you see all these screenshots. Yeah, 2 of them are actually what happened, and the rest of them are people trying to destroy Alterna's business. What's crazy about it, too, is it's not just one folder of them. I went in, I tried to organize them the best I could, but look at all of this, and this is just a sampling of what this business went through. Now, why did all of this happen and lead up to a swatting? Well, because of 2 reasons. So insane, too. They have codes of conduct for people that work with them. You're required to promote your book. Sounds monstrous, right? And you can't blind block, block bot, or blockchain people. Individual, not indiscriminate, meaning don't block 10,000 or 100,000 accounts. If you have a problem with one person, block one person and go from there. The other part is thanking and not denouncing people that buy your books. You can see 2 people here buying books. These are the 2 he thanks. People getting involved in that to try to ruin him. And even his own people that he has helped out before, people attached to comic books like Amazing Age, ones that he supported, he went to bat against Diamond and Free Comic Book Day for. Yeah, they all try to bury him too. Isn't that lovely? This pile-on, too, it comes from every place out there. This is a CBR, comic book resource employee at the time, changing their logo, too. Well, you can see what it is there. They try to go out and cost them business. You even have Mark Wade get involved talking about block botting, saying that if you interact with a professional and, hey, you get blocked and you're innocent, well, it was a privilege to interact with him, not a God-given right. Imagine that mentality. What scumbags. This unrelentingly continues until there's a knock on the door in a live stream. Police, they come to his house and they want to know if he's murdered somebody in his home. That's right. That's what people reported about it because they tried to get the man killed. I just had 2 guns pointed at me tonight because someone made a call to my police and gave them my address along with a falsified report. I'm shook up, but everything is okay now. I'm going to talk to the police tomorrow and see if I can find out more. I was going to go back on and continue with another stream, but we're a bit of a mess here. I'll go back on later when things have calmed down. I'm grateful that the police were thorough and quickly assessed the situation. It was the scariest thing I'd ever been through, but their judgment in the situation is the reason I'm alive right now and able to tweet this. Things could have gone so much worse. According to the police, an anonymous caller pretended to be me, called up and said that I had, quote, stabbed my girlfriend and that I was suicidal. They gave the cops my name and address. The sergeant gave me his card, and I'll be giving them a call tomorrow. Now, what kills me about this stuff, too, is that Pros spoke up at the time, talking about how that was wrong. But he's a one-and-done story. Oh, we made a post about it. We feel better about our lives. Therefore, as you continue to have people pile on, well, we're going to go out and we're going to do something else. It's sad. It's the reality. But hey, that's what happens when you're the bad guy out there. I know that for a fact because apparently I'm an internet bad guy, too. And while I haven't had anyone SWAT me yet, I have them calling police departments, trying to weaponize government resources. I mean, that's what these folks do because, hey, they never ever relent. And we're met with the stunning sound of silence. Fun times, isn't it? Fun times. So closing, I want to say 3 things. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. You make these endeavors possible. I mean that sincerely, too. Second, support Alterna Comics. They've gone out, they've done the right thing, and you see what they're going through. And third, if you want to support our comic book, Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella, there's a link in the description. This is a 40-page, all-age Lovecraftian experience where basically that umbrella guy, little umbrella girl, they face off against an ancient threat in this all-new adventure. Little Umbrella Girl is the avatar for my daughter. I wanted to put together comic books for her, but I don't want to be beholden to anyone out there. No sponsorship. I don't want anyone stifling my voice. This allows me to do that, to go out, take on the mainstream, and create something fun. So won't you join us in that too? And thank you.